Are you ready to create your Google site? Let's get going. The first thing you need to do is log into your Google account. Once you've done that, you can click on the Google App Grid and then click More. Then click Even More from Google and you can see all of Google's products. You want to scroll down and find Home and Office. And Google Sites will be located on your right-hand side. And you want to click that. Now, after you've gone to Google Sites a few times, Google will actually remember that that's something that you've been visiting often. And the next time you go into Google Sites, you'll see something in your very first drop-down menu. And Google will give you the option to add Google Sites as a shortcut here in your first drop-down. And that's why I have the Google Sites shortcut right here. There are a few options on the Google Sites landing page. The first thing you can look at is your existing sites, and that is My Sites. When you click on that, you can see any sites that you've created already, and you can see I have one here. You can also view any sites that you've deleted in the past by clicking here. We're going to concentrate on creating, so we're going to click the Create button. Next, we see a variety of templates that Google Sites offers. You can see that they even offer a classroom site that you can click on and enter your information into. And there's also a gallery of more templates if you'd like to check those out. We're actually going to bypass all of those and we're going to start from a blank template because we're going to be customizing our web design from scratch. I'm going to name mine Cooper's Corner 102. As you can see, Google Sites will give your site a location, and the URL will always start with sites.google.com/site/, and then the name that you've given it. Here, Cooper's Corner 102 shows up. Eventually, you can link to your own domain name. So if you've purchased a domain name or you have a .com that you'd like to link your Google Sites to, that is indeed possible, and I will show you how to do that in future videos. The next thing we're going to take a look at is selecting a theme. If you click this arrow, all of the Google Sites themes will drop down, and you can see there are many of them. We're actually going to bypass this because once you get locked into a theme, you're very stuck on color and layout, and we're going to again design our website from scratch. If you click here on More Options, you can enter a site description, and I just entered News from Mrs. Cooper's Class. And then there's a checkbox that you can check if your site contains mature content, which I don't think any of ours will. And then type the code shown below. In this video, we're going to focus on choosing the basic layout for our website and also picking our color scheme and picking out some of the design features that we're going to use. So right now we're on the home page. And just to point out a few of the buttons on the home page, you have the Edit Page pencil here, the New Page icon here, and the cogwheel is a drop-down menu with various options for settings and page actions. We're actually going to start by choosing a layout. We're going to select the pencil to edit our page, and then we're going to go to Layout. There are a variety of layouts to choose from, and I'm going to actually choose the right sidebar layout. And then I'm going to save my changes. Next, I'm going to go to the cogwheel and go to Manage Site. And this is going to allow me to manage some of the colors, themes, and fonts of my overall page. When I initially click on that Manage Site, you can see it brings me to this page, telling me my site name, my site description that we entered earlier. And now I'm going to click on Themes, Colors, and Fonts. And since we didn't choose a theme in the beginning, we chose Blank Page, we're going to be able to make some modifications to our colors and fonts here. Right now, entire page background is highlighted. So to change the color of my entire page, background, what I can do is, right now it's clicked on theme and there's nothing here. Right now it's clicked on theme, and since for the theme we chose blank page, there's nothing here. If you don't want a color, you can simply select none or keep it on theme. Or you can click here, click the drop-down box, and add color to your background, which I'm going to do. Let's choose this one. I could also add an image or a wrapper image to my background. This will encompass the entire page, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I click here and double click on the image icon, it will take me to my pictures and choose one of those pictures. You'll see what it will do. It will actually add that picture to the entire background of my site. I'm going to unclick that because I don't want that. And it's the same thing for a wrapper image. It looks a little bit different, but I'll show you. You double click on the icon, and it will actually add the visual onto your web page. And I'm going to unclick that because I want my background just basic yellow. To change my site header, which is exactly as it sounds, this area right here, and I can also change the color of that background by clicking here on the paint can and selecting a color. Right now, I'm going to change the font color and size of my title. To do that, I click off theme onto this dot here and click my drop-down menu. It will give me a choice of fonts. I can also change the color of my font by clicking this drop-down box here. I'm going to choose white. I can change the size as well. Right now it's 10 point. I'm going to change it to 36 point. I can now change the look of my content area. To do that, I click on content area, and now it gives me some choices. I can change the color of my background, and I'll show you what this looks like. And that's going to change the color of my content area. And of course, I'm going to change that back to white. Or perhaps, let's see. A pale yellow. If I'd like to add an image to the background of my content area, I can do that here as well. I just click here, and I'll show you what this looks like. It tiles my image into the background. And I don't want to do that, so I'm going to unclick that, but I just wanted to show you that option. Okay, so now I'm on content area, and I can change my page title. I can change the font, the color, and the size. And that is this text right here. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make it a basic serif font. And also change it in terms of color so that it's blue. And I'm going to change my size. I can also now change headers 2, 3, and 4 if I have them, and I can change whatever font I want my text to be. So if I click on text, the main text of my content area right now is normal. I can change that to any text I'd like, any color, and any size. Since we haven't added any gadgets yet, which we will in the future, we're not going to address content area gadgets right now, but ultimately when we do add gadgets, we can come back to manage sites and we can manage our content area gadget design. Once again, we don't have any sidebar gadgets yet, but eventually we will, and we can come back here to manage site and customize those. The last option is horizontal navigation. Since we haven't established horizontal navigation yet, we won't be able to modify it, but as we move forward and add pages, we will have some horizontal navigation options that we can go back in and change. So those are the first few steps of creating your basic layout design in Google Sites. Please take some time and play around with your layout, color scheme, fonts, backgrounds, and pictures. Don't forget to save once you've created your basic layout. Or if you want to start again from scratch, you can clear all customizations by clicking on this button. I'm going to save right here. This is our first step to developing our Google site, setting up a basic theme, setting up a basic color scheme, and layout.